Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Unman Bhattacharya. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on way to Muscat in the final leg of his three-nation tour visit to mark 70 years of diplomatic relations between India and Oman. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses Ethiopian Parliament, calls for collaboration as equals to realize developmental goals of the Global South. India strengthens its maritime dominance as second MH-60R squadron joins the Indian Navy at INS Hansa in Goa. Australian State Parliament of New South Wales to reconvene next week to discuss urgent legislation on gun control, days after the deadly Bondi shootings that killed 15 people. In a short while from now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will arrive in Oman as part of his three-nation West Asia and Africa tour. Oman is a strategically located Gulf nation. It's connected by water from India's western shores. DD India's Gautam Roy has sent us this report from Oman's capital, Muscat, about India-Oman relations and prospects for their growth at a landmark juncture of ties.
The Southeast Arabian nation of Oman in West Asia borders Saudi Arabia, the UAE and Yemen and faces the Arabian Sea to the southeast. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is visiting the Sultanate of Oman for the second time after 2018 on Wednesday and Thursday, marking 70 years of diplomatic relations. The visit is set to advance already extensive ties, which range from defense to energy, plus trade and investment to technology.
This is the second visit of Prime Minister to the Sultanate of Oman after his last visit in February 2018. It also follows the state visit of His Majesty, the Sultan of Oman, to India in December 2023. This visit is of great significance as it will be taking place when India and Oman are together celebrating the 70th anniversary of establishment of diplomatic relations.
India and Oman share links which go back nearly 5,000 years. Diplomatic relations were established in 1955. Relations were elevated to a strategic partnership in 2008. Oman's ruler, Sultan Haitham bin Tariq, paid a state visit to India in December 2023. Oman is India's closest defense partner in the Gulf. It's the only GCC nation with which India conducts tri-service joint exercises. Bilateral trade reached $10.61 billion in FY 2024-25. Over 6,000 Indian-Oman joint ventures are present in Oman, adding $7.5 billion to its economy. Oman's FDI equity inflow into India totaled $605.57 million between the years 2000 to 2025. Oman-India Joint Investment Fund, set up as a 50-50 joint venture for projects in India. The OIGIF has so far invested $320 million and another $300 million is under implementation. The two nations have also been negotiating a Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement or CEPA since November 2023. It has been cleared by both the Indian Cabinet and Oman's Shura Council, and there's a strong likelihood that it will be signed during this visit among other key pacts. The India-Oman Diaspora Connect is 675,000 strong, and they're looking forward with a lot of excitement to the PM's visit.
We hope that this goes a very long way, sir. We hope that all the Indian community, the Banya community, the business community, they do very well, and they go forward in the future, sir.
Oman is also a crucial pillar of India's West Asia policy and a key interlocutor at the Gulf Cooperation Council, the Arab League and the Indian Ocean Rim Association, ties which extend beyond the bilateral. India and Oman are now at a cusp of an even higher plane of relations in terms of both trade, energy, which have already been there, but also in many other spheres from digital to tech and even defense. And with this visit, it's hope that these will then set the course for better prosperity and development for both the nations. With cameraperson RK, Gautam Roy, Muscat, Oman, DD India.
The Indian diaspora in Oman is waiting anxiously for the Prime Minister's arrival and is planning a warm welcome. Let's listen in.
Welcome, Modi ji. We are excited to meet you in Oman.
Welcome, Modi ji. Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, we warmly welcome you to Oman.
I don't think I've seen a more humble leader than him. He would love to talk to all of us and enlighten us about our future, as we are the future of our country.
मोदी जी, मैं आपसे मिलने के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा उत्साहित हूँ। वेलकम टू ओमान।
अपने ग्रेट लीडर, विजनरी लीडर यहाँ आ रहे हैं। मोदी जी का जो इंतजार हो रहा है, पीपल आर रियली लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड।
उनके संसदीय क्षेत्र बनारस से मैं हूँ, हमारे लिए एकदम सौभाग्य की बात। और वे मस्कत आ रहे हैं, ओमान आ रहे हैं, इससे बढ़कर और क्या है, हमारा अहोभाग्य।
I've seen many of his talks, many of how his interaction with the students, with others. Like, it makes me feel so much inspired because such a great leader and one of the top leaders in the world.
Such an aspiring leader who has inspired all of us.
हम सब बहुत खुश हैं और अपने आप को बहुत प्राउड फील कर रहे हैं कि वो ओमान मस्कट में आ रहे हैं और हम लोगों से मिलेंगे।
We are all very elated to know that Prime Minister Modi is visiting Oman.
So the Indian diaspora is excited ahead of Prime Minister's arrival in Oman, and traders, industrialists and investors both in India and Oman are expecting to make huge gains with the second visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Oman. DD India's Gautam Roy has spoken with industrialist, educationist and Lok Sabha MP Naveen Jindal about the prospects of boosting bilateral economic ties. Listen in.
India-Oman business ties are already strong. Just the last financial year, $10.6 billion of trade took place. Investments are also pretty high, but this visit to Prime Minister Modi is expected to give a further fillip to it. And someone who knows the best about it is with us, Naveen Jindal, here in Muscat, well-known industrialist, educationist, and a member of Parliament. Thank you for speaking to us. What can you tell us about the current level of business ties, the sectors that it covers, and the kind of boost that it is expected to get with this visit?
Okay, so I must say that India and Oman enjoy very good relations, and this relationship is, as you know, thousands of years old. And Omani people really respect Indians, and lots of Indians are working here in every field, and they are treated at par with the Omanis. They are treated very well, and Indians are very happy to be working in Oman. We personally have an experience of over 15 years of working in Oman. And I must say it has been a great experience. The people here, people in the government, they are very humble, they are very helpful. And they respect Indians a lot. And I remember clearly that in 2018, Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Modi had visited Oman. That further strengthened the ties between India and Oman. And people, you know, there are a huge amount of Indians working in Oman. They were all thrilled to have Mr. Modi visit Oman. And now when Mr. Modi is again visiting Oman, Indians are really, really happy, Omanis are really happy, and Omanis look up to India, Omanis look up to leadership of Mr. Modi, because under his leadership, India has become the fourth largest economy in the world. India is growing at around 7% GDP growth rate, and so Oman also wishes to grow faster. Oman looks up to India. And now when Mr. Modi is coming to Oman, this would further strengthen the government-to-government ties, will further strengthen people-to-people ties, and the kind of agreements that we are talking about between India and Oman. This would our business together is around more than $10 billion. and I'm sure in the next few years it can easily go above 20 billion.
Thank you for speaking to DD India. So that was Naveen Jindal talking about the kind of potential this relationship between India and Oman has, and the way it can be further boosted with the kind of pacts that are set to be inked as part of this visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to the Sultanate of Oman. With camera person Mohan Mukut Sharma, Gautam Roy, Oman, Muscat, DD India.
India-Oman relations go back centuries due to the movement of trading communities. These links have always been harmonious, so much so that land for Krishna temple near Omani capital Muscat was donated by late Sultan Qaboos to the Indian community. DD India's Gautam Roy has spoken with the temple's manager Rajiv Sampath about Prime Minister Narendra Modi's impending Oman visit and how it's expected to build upon an already strong friendship. Listen in.
This is the Krishna temple in Doordarshan, very close to the Omani capital of Muscat. In 1987, the then Sultan Qaboos had given this land, donated this land to the merchant community from India. Here, the Indian community is almost 675,000 strong here in Oman, and there are two main temples in Muscat and around it. One is this Krishna temple, and there's a Shiva temple as well.
This temple is, we said this, it was just 38 years past for this temple, for Krishna temple, and we do all the functions, all the community do the functions here in temple, and we have visitors of around 1,000 to 1,500 people every day.
There's something special about the idol here as well.
There is a idol of Govind Raiji, we say. It's a idol, Krishna idol, but it was like brought from the, they say, from the Iraq, and to show the between two countries tie, there is a khanjar on the idol. It's a Omani khanjar on the idol, which we cannot see right now because of the shringar, but it is there.
How do the communities here, the Omani community and the Indian community, it is also now Omani to a large extent, some of them have been here for centuries. How do they live together here in Oman?
Well, we have all the freedom here. Omani community is very helpful, including His Majesty is very helpful. We do all the programs here with all the freedom we are doing it.
Prime Minister Modi is here on the 17th and the 18th of December. What are your expectations from this visit?
India and Oman's relationship is from thousands of years, and Mr. Sir Narendra Modi sir, when he'll come here, we'll get more opportunities between the two countries tie.
Thank you. So the friendly ties here in Oman between India and Oman, represented by the Indian community and the Omani community here as well, in complete harmony. They've been here for centuries, really, ties going back to centuries between people to people. And these relationships, they are expected to get a major fillip during Prime Minister Modi's visit here in Oman. With camera person RK, Gautam Roy, Doordarshan, Muscat, Oman.
Before departing for Oman, Prime Minister Narendra Modi hailed the relations between India and Ethiopia as he addressed a joint session of the Parliament of Ethiopia. This is the 18th Parliament in the world where PM Modi addressed parliamentarians. Sharing India's democratic journey and prospects for deeper India-Ethiopia cooperation in the global south, PM Modi conveyed greetings on behalf of 1.4 billion people of India. He also greeted the parliament members with salam.
I'm honored to be here in this temple of democracy, in the heart of a nation with ancient wisdom and modern aspirations. And I come to you with deep respect for your parliament, your people, and your democratic journey. On behalf of the 1.4 billion people of India, I bring greetings of friendship, goodwill, and brotherhood. Pena Istilin. Salam.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi shared his picture planting a sapling at the Ethiopian Parliament in Addis Ababa as part of India's Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam initiative, highlighting the shared commitment of India and Ethiopia to environmental protection. On X, he wrote, and I quote, "A shared commitment to a better future." After my Parliament address in Addis Ababa this morning, joined PM Abiy Ahmed Ali and other dignitaries in planting a sapling as part of Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam, a tree for mother, and the Green Legacy Initiative of Ethiopia, unquote. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also shared pictures from his Ethiopia visit on his X account. Prime Minister Modi wrote, and I quote, "As I conclude a truly memorable visit to Ethiopia, I carry with me the warmth of its people and the depth of our enduring friendship." This visit included productive discussions with Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed Ali and the honor of addressing the Ethiopian Parliament. This visit has given fresh momentum to India-Ethiopia ties and strengthened a relationship rooted in shared values and a common vision for the future. We have elevated our relations to a strategic partnership which will greatly benefit our nations. My gratitude to the government and people of Ethiopia. Also grateful to PM Abiy Ahmed Ali for coming to the airport when I left Ethiopia, unquote. The Ministry of External Affairs summoned Bangladesh's High Commissioner to India, Riaz Hamidullah, and apprised him of India's strong concerns at the deteriorating security environment in Bangladesh. The Bangladesh High Commissioner's attention was drawn in particular to the activities of some extremist elements who have announced plans to create a security situation around the Indian mission in Dhaka. The MEA said that India completely rejects the false narrative sought to be created by extremist elements regarding certain recent events in Bangladesh. It is unfortunate that the interim government has neither conducted a thorough investigation nor shared meaningful evidence with India regarding the incidents. MEA added that India has close and friendly relations with the people of Bangladesh, rooted in the liberation struggle and strengthened through various developmental and people-to-people initiatives. We are in favor of peace and stability in Bangladesh and have consistently called for free, fair, inclusive and credible elections conducted in a peaceful manner. The MEA said that it is expected the interim government would ensure the safety of missions and posts in Bangladesh in keeping with its diplomatic obligations. The summons come close on the heels of events like the anti-India rhetoric by a party leader in Bangladesh. The Indian Navy commissioned its second MH-60R helicopter squadron INAS 335 Ospreys at INS Hansa in Goa on Wednesday in the presence of the Chief of Naval Staff Admiral Dinesh K. Tripathi. The occasion marks a pivotal moment in the Indian Navy's continued efforts towards modernization and capability enhancement. The aircraft has been fully integrated with fleet operations and has proven its worth on numerous occasions, providing a significant fillip in Navy's integral aviation capabilities. The first operational MH-60R squadron, INAS 334, known as the Seahawks, was commissioned at INS Garuda in Kochi in March 2024. In Germany this week, 5 people were arrested who are alleged to have planned an attack on a Christmas market near Munich, while another person was arrested in the city of Magdeburg this week, suspected of planning a similar attack. In both cases, the suspects are said to be radical Islamists. For more on this, we are now being joined by DW correspondent Hans Brandt from Berlin. Hans, what more do we know about those who have been taken into custody?
Well, those 5 men arrested in the south in Bavaria, one of them is Egyptian, one of them is from Syria, and 3 are from Morocco. According to the authorities, one of them is an Islamic preacher who is said to have encouraged the others to commit attacks on a Christmas market. Apparently, they were trying to use a vehicle to do that. It's similar with the man arrested in Magdeburg in central Germany. He's a 21-year-old from Central Asia, probably from Tajikistan, who was in Germany to do some training. And he too was said to have planned getting hold of a vehicle or possibly of firearms in order to attack assemblies of people. Now in Magdeburg that is particularly sensitive because almost exactly a year ago there was an attack on the Christmas market of that city which caused a number of deaths and dozens of injuries. So people in that town are particularly sensitive to such news.
Absolutely. Also in Australia, there was a comparable attack on a group of people we know celebrating a Jewish festival at the Bondi Beach in Sydney. In that case, firearms were indeed used. Is such a scenario likely in Germany as well?
Well, there are certain worries about security at Christmas markets. The security is mostly set up so that vehicles can't drive onto markets. It's become very expensive, and many markets find that it is too expensive, especially smaller ones have closed down as a result. But the use of firearms, I think, is fairly unlikely in Germany because there are very, very strict firearm control laws in this country. At the same time, if one thinks of Islamists that may have connection to Islamic networks across the world, it's possible that firearms could be smuggled to such perpetrators to be used in Germany. There's also some worry about knives being used. Controlling the use of knives or the carrying of knives obviously is also not very easy. So there's never 100% security at such Christmas markets. But people continue to flock to the markets. They're full. People are determined to enjoy this time, to celebrate Christmas and not to give up their traditions.
Right, Hans reporting from Berlin. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese pledged to eradicate anti-Semitism and enact legislative change as the funerals of the Jewish victims of Bondi Beach attack began. After visiting a hospital in Sydney where injured victims of the shooting were being treated, Albanese said that the government wants to completely stop extremist ideologies. He said investigators believe the attack was inspired by ISIS and stressed that such hatred has no place in Australia. Days after Australia's deadliest mass shooting in 3 decades, the leader of the Australian state of New South Wales, Chris Minns, is set to recall Parliament next week to pass wide-ranging reforms of gun and protest laws. The alleged father and son perpetrators opened fire on a Jewish Hanukkah celebration on Sydney's famous Bondi Beach and on Sunday in an attack that shook the nation and intensified fears of rising anti-Semitism and violent extremism. Funerals of the Jewish victims of Sunday's attack began on Wednesday amid anger over how the gunmen, one of whom was briefly investigated for links to extremists, were allowed access to powerful firearms. On to some sports news now. India's presence on the global cycling map is set to grow stronger, with the country preparing to host its biggest and most challenging road cycling event to date. The first ever Pune Grand Tour 2025, a Continental Team's men's elite road cycling race starting from January 19th, 2026 is set to kickstart the international cycling calendar with a 4-stage multi-day challenge that promised to be a truly global spectacle. Here's more.
India will host its first ever UCI 2.2 Pune Grand Tour 2026, a Continental Team men's elite road cycling race from January 19 to 23, 2026 across the Pune district. Termed as the biggest and toughest cycling event ever staged in India, the 4-stage race will feature participation from nearly 40 countries, including 2 teams from India. Ahead of the main event, a national trophy tour in Delhi served as a curtain raiser where the winner's trophy was unveiled and an audiovisual presentation showcased the scale and ambition of the Grand Tour. The event was attended by Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports Mansukh Mandviya, Indian Olympic Association President P.T. Usha, Cycling Federation of India President Pankaj Singh, and Secretary General of CFI Maninderpal Singh, along with other officials from the CFI.
हम साइकिलिंग के ग्रैंड टूर करने जा रहे हैं। दोस्तों, साइकिलिंग फिटनेस के रूप में हमारे बीच में आ चुकी है। साइकिलिंग ए बेस्ट फिटनेस का माध्यम है। मैं हेल्थ मिनिस्टर भी रहा हूँ, डॉक्टर भी हूँ। मैं जानता हूँ साइकिलिंग इज ए बेस्ट एक्सरसाइज, और इसलिए आज साइकिलिंग एक फिट इंडिया का पार्ट बन गया।
Hosting UCI sanctioned event in India is a critical step in preparing our athletes to compete confidently at the Asian Games, Commonwealth Games and the Olympic Games. I would like to place on record my appreciation for Cycling Federation of India, whose continued effort in developing in sport, supporting elite athletes and bringing international standard event to India have been instrumental in making initiatives like the Bajaj Pune Grand Tour possible.
The event will be contested over a 437-kilometer, 4-stage route cutting through Pune's urban areas, heritage zones, rural expanses and foothills, designed to test endurance, speed and race tactics. Officials credited initiatives like the Fit India movement and Khelo India for strengthening India's fitness culture and promoting cycle nationwide. With the unveiling of the trophy, we can say that the countdown to the Pune Grand Slam Tour has officially begun. This tour will not only help and encourage young athletes to take up cycling as a professional career, but also help India put itself on the global cycling map. With cameraman Sanjay, this is Meher Raj Singh for DD India, Delhi.
That's it then in this edition of DD India Live, but do share your thoughts with us on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. You can scan the QR code on the screen to download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. This is Gunman Bhattacharya from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live. Namaskar.
Welcome to Siliguri and Darjeeling.